Hello everyone and welcome to this FM+24 tutorial video. The first thing you should do is open up the FM+24 application. By doing so, in the background, the filters and views that we will need will be installed automatically into the Football Manager 2024 folder. Once you have opened up the FM+ application, you can open Football Manager. Here I have my save loaded with a club manager at RSC Anderlecht and a national team manager at Belgium. The first thing I want to do is I want to export all my team information so I can load it up in FM+. Therefore, I need to go to the squad view and I need to import the custom view that comes with FM+. We select the FM+ player team view. Here I go to the filter because I don't want just my senior squad, I also want the B team and the U18 squad in the export. There is a little trick to make sure that Football Manager exports all the rows. Therefore you click on the button, then you click on the grid so it is focused again. You do Ctrl A to select everything and Ctrl P to print. Here we will print to a web page, Anderlecht squad info. Then we can go back to FM+, load export. The dialog will automatically start inside your Football Manager 2024 folder, so you can easily find your exports. We have the Anderlecht squad info here, and as you see, all the details on my players and my club are loaded into the FM+ application. Another important feature of the FM+ tool is that you can load up all your scouted players. To do so, you go to the Scouting tab, the Scouted Player screen, and here again, you can import a custom view that comes with FM+, the FM+ Scouted Players view. You can do the same trick. You click the button, you do Ctrl A on the grid and Ctrl P to print. Again, we print to a web page, and here I call it Anderlecht Scouted Players. Then when I go to the FM+ tool, I can load the export, the Anderlecht Scouted Players, and after a few seconds all my players that were scouted in-game are visible in FM+ as well. And the final type of export that we can take is the World Players. This export is used in the Best Players Next Gen screen and in the Best Clubs screen. To do so, we go back to the Scouting tab, but here we select the players in the range. First of all, we can again import a custom view, which is called the FM+ All Players view. But since there are a lot of players in this screen, we want to filter it down. Together with FM+, there comes a default filter that you can use, but you can also use a custom filter if you like. We go to Manage Filters, Import, and we see that the FM+ All Players filter is available. We select it and we click OK. Then you see we have around 4,000 players in this view. Again, we use the same trick. We click the button, we click on the grid, we select everything with Ctrl A, and we have to be a bit patient here because of the number of records that are available. When they are selected, you can do Ctrl P to print, and again we need to be a bit patient until the pop-up is visible. So when the pop-up is visible, we can again print to the web page. Let's call this Anderlecht World Players. And when I now go back to FM+ and load the export, Anderlecht World Players, it will take a few seconds to load all the players, and then here you can see all the world's best players are loaded and all the next gen players are visible. Another thing is that the club rankings page is also automatically populated when you load the world players. You see the best clubs in the world and you see the best national teams. So, A final feature of FM Plus is that you can also load national teams. So therefore, I go to the national manager in my save. You can also export your squad. That works in exactly the same way as for a club, but an extra thing you can do is also export the national pool. To export the national pool, we once again import a custom view that comes with FM+. It is called FM+ National Pool. But before doing the same trick to export the grid, there is a little bug in Football Manager that prevents us from doing so. So what we need to do is we can sort the grid ascending, descending, and then scroll through all the records. This is to force FM to load all the records instead of only the visible ones. Then we can scroll back to the top. And now we can do the same trick. We click on the button, we click on the grid, we select everything, and we do Ctrl P to print. We print to a web page. Let's call it Belgium National Pool. If we click Save, we can go back to FM+, click the open icon, and then load the Belgium National Pool export. And what you will see is that FM Plus will detect its national team and not the club anymore. There are 175 players in the export. So this is the entire national pool of Belgium. And you will see that again we have all the information, we have the lineup, and some things are different in the national team than in the club. Here we have the teams that are feeding the players to the national team. An extra thing you can do for a national team is you can create a filter of the suggested 23 players to call up. To do so, you need to go to the Scouting tab, to the Players in Range, and then you do the Edit Search, or the New Search. And here, there is also a filter provided within FM+. You go to Manage, we import the Unique ID filter. And we select the Unique ID filter. The important thing is that you will put your cursor in the first text box available. Then you go to FM+. You select Create 23 Squad Selection Filter in FM. This is an informational pop-up which you can exclude to be shown next time. And what FM Plus will do, it will automatically fill in the unique IDs of all the players that you should call up in your 23 squad selection. It is important at this moment that you do not move your mouse and that it is left over the text boxes, so it can do the automatic scroll. When you see that there are no results, this is probably because the players from the national pool are still excluded, or the Belgian players. If you uncheck it, you will see 23 players found, and now you have the 23 players suggested by FM Plus to be called up. So these were the main features. There are some other little features that you can use. One of them is the calculate icon. The calculate icon, it shows you all the tactics that you have in FM Plus, the rating for the first 11, the rating for your bench, and the general rating for the entire squad for that formation. If for one reason or another your formation is not present or you have a custom tactic, then you can add your own tactic via the Edit or Create Tactic button. Here you can add your own formation and your own tactics. You give it a name, and for each position you select the roles that you have in place. So this was the short tutorial on how to use FM Plus. Hope you all enjoy the tool and have a great time playing Football Manager.